Welcome, everyone, to the Chess Life Insurance YouTube channel. Today, we are going to learn how to master chess tactics. Let's jump right in, shall we? Okay. So we want to look for all checks and captures. But checkmate wins a game, so we're also going to be looking out for checkmates. So let's see how that works in practice. Let's say white plays a bad move like f3, and black answers with e5. And white plays g4. Now, if we're looking for all checks and captures, it's black to move. Are there any checks? Are there any captures? Well, there is a check right here. Check. And it just so happens it is checkmate. And this is the quickest the game can go. This is a fool's mate. So don't play like this if you're white. So now let's look at another example. Let's say white plays a little better. E4, which, by the way, we're talking about all checks and captures. Now we should talk about the third thing to look for. Now we're going to look for not just all checks and captures and mates, of course. We're going to look at what hangs, right? Now, before the game started, the rooks hang, right? Everything else is defended. All these pawns are defended by pieces, right? And all these pieces are defended by other pieces. I mean, if you look at, let's say, for example, this bishop, it's defended by the king. This knight is defended by this rook. But the rooks are all undefended, right? So now white plays e4, which hangs a pawn. Now black could attack it right away, and white would have to do something about this. Black could also attack this way, Scandinavian defense. All right, so white captures, black recaptures, and now white plays a blunder. Why is this a blunder? Well, we're going to look at all checks and captures. So here's a check, there's another check. It's a number of checks. Which one do we choose? Well, let's look at what hangs. Besides checks hanging, the rooks hang, as we discussed. So black plays queen e5 check, and it also hits the rook. So white's losing a piece here and the game. Okay, so let's recap to this point. So we're looking for all checks, captures, what's en prise, as they say in French, and then what hangs, what's defended and undefended. Now, a lot of really strong players, a lot of famous YouTubers like Hikaru Nakamura or Levi Rosman, they'll say all checks, captures, and threats. But threats is something that's very vague. I think for beginners, it's better to look at what's hanging, and that becomes the key to finding other tactics. You also have to understand material, right? Now, for beginners, could say three, a knight is worth 3 pawns, or a pawn is worth 1, knight is worth 3, a bishop's worth a little more than 3, 3.5. A rook is 5, a queen is 9, and the king as an attacking piece is worth about 4. If you want to look at a more advanced outlook on material, you should look into what Grandmaster Larry Kaufman talks about. Then after all that, you could look at strategy and positional play, you know. But that comes later, of course. For our purposes, we're just talking about tactics. So this is pretty much everything. I'll see you in the next video.